you may know of the tradition of swan upping, where representatives of the Queen go to certain parts of the Thames, count and check the well-being of the mute swans. This is effectively the Queen exercising her right of ownership. I believe we have a group from Cambridge with us today, and at one of the colleges in Cambridge, and I think it might be St John's, but I'm not certain, there is a traditional right to eat swan. I don't know that it's exercised, but if any of you are at that college, you might like to find out. But presumably you have to get the Queen's permission to kill one first of all. So those are mute swans, UK residents, and as you can see, the first one's in the queue, and they are sufficiently bold that by the time Richard has finished doing his feed, they will probably be eating the grain out of his wheelbarrow, if they're not already doing that. The second swan that you can see in front of you is the one about which we are particularly renowned here at Welney, and that's the hooper. Now, our hooper swans are from Iceland. They have flown here direct. They started arriving towards the middle end of September. Currently on site, that's on the ooze washes, the latest count said there were 2,500 here. And let's talk a little bit about them. You'll notice youngsters amongst them. Now, just coming towards us, there's a family group. You'll see 3 grey-looking swans with mum and dad, and that's a family group, and that's how they would have flown to the UK, as family groups. They are the middle of the 3 UK swans in terms of size. They breed in Iceland, they don't breed here, although there is a caveat to that which I'll mention later. They are identified by 2 specifics. Firstly, they are the noisiest of all our swans. If you see a V-shaped group of swans flying towards you, sounding like Bill Brayley's brass band, they will be hoopers. They're very noisy, and you can hear them in here honking away. There we go. That's our hoopers on cue. Secondly, their bills. We say of the hooper, he has a wedge of cheese on his bill. So that means he's got quite a lot of yellow on his bill. Thirdly, but less noticeable unless you see them side by side, they are larger than the Buicks, about 25% larger than the Buicks. So they come from Iceland. They are steady in numbers. They're nowhere the numbers reducing. We hope that by the end of the season, if this season is normal and it's heading in the right direction, there will be somewhere around 6,500 to 8,000 hoopers on the ooze washes. The next question that's going through everyone's mind is how can that pompous person talk about 6,500 swans when I can only see 85? That's because first thing in the morning, they all get up early and go and eat on the fields. The East Anglia region is the perfect larder for the hooper swans. There's nothing they like more than sugar beet toast, mouldy potatoes, which, by the way, that group over on our left are currently indulging themselves in, new shoots and grain. Now, new shoots, when I first heard that a flock of swans will descend on a field where the farmer has diligently planted his winter barley, and the swans will now chew the heads off. Doesn't sound very clever, but apparently it creates a much stronger root ball. So actually, the farmers quite enjoy having the swans on their field. So it's not to be denied.